From the yearling in milk class, we have entry 2539, Edgeview D. Riley, owned by Kylie and Kiera Conan of Delavan, Wisconsin. In the summer junior 2-year-old class, our winning entry was entry number 2558, Pit Crew Phantom Christine, leased by Abby Foss and owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. Our second place summer junior 2-year-old was entry 2546, Genlar FC Windmill, owned by Brody Jackson and Blake and Garrett Hill of Cattaraugus, New York. In the junior 2-year-old cow class, the winning entry was entry number 2567, Edgeview F. Bailey, owned by Kelly Jo Mannion of Copake, New York. She also owned entry number 2581, the second place junior 2-year-old cow, Edgeview N. Dagmar, again owned by Kelly Jo Mannion of Copake, New York. The senior 2-year-old cow class, winning that class was entry 2606, Pearl Del Drake Whitney, owned by Elizabeth D. Scheiferstein of Vernon, New York. The second place cow was entry 2597, Clover Lane Carly, owned by Lauren and Gavin Kishman of Monona, Iowa. In the junior 3-year-old cow class, entry 2628 took first prize. Her name is Colebrook Creek DT Elena, owned by Abigail Wilbur of New Hartford, Connecticut. Entry 2611 was second, Twin County Famous Diamond, owned by Dakota Farley of Muncie, Pennsylvania. And in the senior 3-year-old cow class, entry 2643 was first, owned by Pit Crew Formula Tawny, leased by Abby Foss and owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. And the second place went to entry 2653, Johann Brownsville, owned by Madeline Mackenzie and Grant Topp of Wapakoneta, Ohio. I'd also like to mention in this class the reserve intermediate champion female of the junior show will be presented an award by the Maryland Brown Swiss Association, and the reserve champion banner and rosette will be presented by St. Jacob's ABC of DeForest, Wisconsin.
Our judges have completed their placings in the Milking Shorthorn Spring Yearling class. Would our junior exhibitors please take a step forward? Second place junior and best bred and owned in the class goes to entry 2009, Monisha Creek Hey It's Maisie, leased by Isabel Anderson and owned by Mina Schmidt of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Third place in the class to entry 2018, Lazy M Deuce Fancy Like EXP ETP, owned by TJ and Jasmine Wingert, Kent, Illinois. Second place in the class, entry 2014, Lazy M Going on a Bender EXP, shown by Landon Neely, Utica, Pennsylvania. And winning the class, she's also the first junior, entry 2012, Old and Slow Lap Dance EXP-ET, shown by Dana Johnson, Tomah, Wisconsin. Congratulations. And now to our judge for his reasons.
Again, another awesome class from top to bottom out here in our spring yearling class. And for Mike and myself, when this heifer walked in the ring, she grabs you. She says, look at me. You love that length of frame, that beautiful front end, a heifer that combines dairy strength and balance all the way throughout. You love that uphill run to her front end. You love the width and power all the way through that frame, capacity of rib structure, width through a rump structure. And taking nothing away from our heifer in second, a heifer that's cut from that same mold, but just not quite as much heifer. Our heifer in first is just a little longer all the way through that frame, just a little more gradual uphill climb up through the top of that chine for us today over another really balanced, silky heifer moving out in second. Second over third, our heifer in third was kind of the problem heifer in the class. I think Mike and I come to the middle and we both said we'd love to calve this heifer in. But today she's just carrying a little bit too much condition for us. Just like to clean her up a little bit, make her a little more curvy in those hooks, pins, and thighs to get over this first and second prize heifer. But a beautiful heifer that we certainly, like I said, that we certainly think is going to make a great cow. Third over fourth, a heifer that just uses that overall capacity through her front end, that width of muzzle, that width of chest, that fullness up to behind the shoulder to get over our short age April heifer moving out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, excuse me, a heifer that just, for us, has a little more spring and sweep to that rear flank for us today. She's a heifer that just has a little more heart for us today. She's also a heifer that when you get behind her shows us just a touch more width through those hooks and those pins for us today. But again, another really straight line kind of heifer moving out in fifth. Congratulations to all the exhibitors.